Talk nerdy to me. Conan O'Brien, the Kennedy Center Mark Twain Prize for American Humor, with your host Pablo Gunner. And you may not think this is nerdy. I love Conan. I've always loved Conan. He's a geek, is what he is. He's a huge history buff. And he's just, to me, he's a nerd and he's a geek. And I feel like he represents nerds and geeks. Even though he makes fun of us, he is one of us in many ways, and that's probably why he makes fun of us. It's kind of like it's easy to make fun of your own kind, your own people, right? This was so great. I loved this so much. There's other comics and other people that know the person that they're hosting or that it's for. And so it's mostly comedians, performers, entertainers, and stuff, and they're just talking about him. Will Ferrell's one of them that's always hilarious. Other late night hosts, Stephen Colbert was one of them. He did Hot Ones, and the guy that Conan took over for, Letterman. I've always hated Letterman. He's always seemed like a douche to me. Well, I heard he is a douche. Anyways, I've heard a lot of these types are kind of like crazy a-holes. They're funny, but they're crazy personalities and they're kind of a-holes. But anyways, it was brilliant. It was funny. It was interesting. I loved it. My favorite was probably all the political jabs that all the comedians that were making, because at this time they were like, yeah, Trump's gonna change the Kennedy Center to all this other stuff that's really stupid because he's an idiot. They were just hilarious, but really it was super heartfelt, and in the end it was just really about retaining what this is about, which is continued to push the thing that is proven, which is like comedians are the ones at the forefront that it's satire, right? Like they do political satire. That's always been like what comedians do. And especially late night hosts. And I understand he doesn't do the late night show anymore. He does a podcast, which is great. And he also does a traveling show, which is also great and also be talking about another time. But it was just so great to drive that home that that needs to remain the focus, as well as that like the legacy of Conan is smart but stupid at the same time. Like I'm trying to do something smart but in a dumb way or vice versa. And I've always understood that and got that. And I've always loved that about Conan. I feel like that's also kind of been me, which is like, I'm an idiot, but I'm actually really smart. If you love Conan, you're going to love this. If you hate Trump and all this stupid bullshit administration, you're going to love this. As well as all the performers and comedians that show up. But yeah, really in the end, it was really heartfelt and just like, it really gave me pride in America that I haven't felt in a long time, to remember like, hey, just because of who's in power right now doesn't mean that they are the majority and that that's what a majority of Americans want. A lot of people didn't vote, but also like we need to be the rebels. We need to be the ones that are pushing the envelope and pointing out like the hypocrisy and being like, hey, smart people should be in charge, not idiots and morons, which unfortunately is the case right now. If you love Conan, like I said, if you like his type of humor, if you like any of the comedians or presenters, entertainers that were on there, this was absolutely a must see, must stream, as it is on Netflix, and was definitely worth the time and for the price of admission. Talk nerdy to me. Tell me what you thought about it, if you've seen it. Whether you hate or like Conan, love him. I feel like he's a love or hate kind of guy. You either love him or you hate him. So tell me if you do. Check us out. If you want to see more of our stuff, make sure you subscribe and follow us on all the social medias, and especially on here and anywhere else. Thank you for watching, my fellow nerds, and talk nerdy to me. Check out our merch at TNTM, the store. You can find this shirt on sale with free shipping. 5% of any profit that we make off our merch goes to a charity of the month, which is currently National Pediatric Cancer Foundation, since the wonderful current administration has cut pediatric cancer research, since they'd rather give it to people on the Epstein list. So help us, help them by buying some of the sweet merch or donate directly to them on any of the social medias or interwebs anywhere. Talk nerd to me.